today's 1036 dating. I've shared lessons to learn. I'm learning how to support your dreams, your goals, allow you to become the person that you want to become. Today, I'm very, very excited about today's lesson because I truly believe this is one of the essential lessons in personal growth, in success, in rewards, in results, in resilience, in joy, in content. So many areas of your life will be impacted by this lesson. And what is that lesson? That every single disadvantage has equal advantage. Every single disadvantage has equal advantage. Just a very, very powerful lesson. I hope that you hear it. Every single disadvantage potentially enhance equal advantage. And of course, it could be vice versa. Every single advantage could have exactly equal disadvantage. And there's a lot of benefits knowing that. And I will share today 10 things that we need to really consider when we're understanding that every single advantage has disadvantage and every single disadvantage has advantage. And we need to seek that. Because if we see just one part of the coin, if we see one side of the coin, we potentially could miss there's another side of the coin. I don't know. I understand that there's a lot of things, and there's a little bit more complicated than that. But the simplistic way is that it might be that you have this advantage today, but you will have advantage because of that disadvantage. It may be in a year, maybe in 2 years, maybe in 5 years. Because sometimes when time go by, that massive disadvantage that you had in the past now has massive advantage. And sometimes when you're not able to see the advantage of this advantage at the moment, you're not supposed to be sad about it. Just know that that advantage will show up sooner or later, and then you will understand. Now, understand that if you will see that disadvantage just as disadvantage, and you will not look for advantages, and might you'll never find it. But if you're able to say, like, if there's this advantage and there needs to be an advantage, so I'm going and find it. I will go and do things that could really allow me to really take advantage of this situation. Because if you don't take advantage of your disadvantage, someone else will do. If you don't take advantage of your disadvantage. So what it means? That means if you have disadvantage, that there needs to be an advantage. That means you need to take action to get advantage of that disadvantage. That means without taking action, you will never get advantage of your disadvantage. What I mean by that sounds complicated, but it means that when you have a disadvantage, a lot of times people quit. I lost, I had adversity, I had disappointment, setback, obstacle, name it. But because of that failure, people say, I'm done. I'm done with the business. I'm done with success. I'm done. I'm accepting where I am now. Now, of course, if you accept where you are right now, that means that you letting go your advantage, letting go your chance to really succeed, to get results, to really live a meaningful life. So let's get started and look into really what are the benefits of really looking at that advantage. Every disadvantage has an advantage. Mindset shift. First is it's mindset shift. I think when you really see that every disadvantage, adversity has positive side, then you start looking for positivity. So that means you turn from negative minded to positive minded, to optimistic, understanding that this life happens not to me, but for me. It's a beautiful distinction, but to be able to really focus on that side that, okay, this is not just negative. There's a lot of positive. I think it's a very, very beautiful thing when we're able to understand that. Number 2 is resilience and adaptability. Resilience and adaptability. That means if you're going through that adversity and you know that this adversity will bring so many benefits, the worse the adversity, the better the positivity will come. And you have that hope, belief, understanding. You are willing to really have the delayed gratification, be resilient. Go through those days, not with disappointment, not with bad attitude, not with bitterness. It's very, very hard to get out of your situation when you're bitter, when you have grudge, shame, guilt. No, but when you really understand that there's positivity in that your adversity, you have better attitude, and better attitude attracts better results. Because I love that people say that. Now, it's great. It's very easy to have great attitude when you are successful. But most people understand this vice versa. Those people had great attitude. That's why they became successful. They had great attitude, then they became successful. Not vice versa. People sometimes say, oh, you have great attitude because you're successful. Not. People who are becoming successful, they have great attitude. And of course, when you see advantage of your disadvantage, of course, you will be more resilient, adaptable, and you have a better attitude. Number 3 is empowerment. I think this is a beautiful, beautiful word, empowerment. That means it powers you, because I always say that adversity or setbacks or disappointments or obstacles has a hidden energy. A hidden energy. That means that you can use that energy to really, for victim mentality, to complain, to cry, to be disappointed, or you can really channel that adversity, channel that energy into something positive, to come out of that stronger, better, faster, more advanced than you used to be before. And again, this is your choice, taking advantage of your disadvantage. Number 4 is growth mindset. It's a growth mindset. So that means that every adversity, every setback is bringing you so much lessons, so much opportunity to grow, to improve, understand, improve your problem solving skills, improve your decision making skills, give you more awareness, build your strengths and weaknesses. So much growth could come out of your disadvantages. Number 5 is really how we're able to find practical applications. That means that of course, let's say we made a mistake, we failed, let's say that we got bankrupt. So what it leads to, maybe we now will become much, much better in really budgeting, understanding how the money works, in investing our time and energy to learn how the money works. So next time when you really look into money, you will be the most wealthy person because you understand how the money works. So that means that, as I said it, the biggest disadvantage, potentially getting bankrupt, could potentially lead to other side of coin, totally other extreme, that you become super, super wealthy. And it's very, very important that we able to say how practically I could use this disadvantage. Number 6 is encourage creativity. And that's again, as I said, that's when you look into disadvantage, you already see that this is my problem, this is my setback, this is my failure. It's very easy to see. While we look into that side, other side of that disadvantage, it might be that you are not able to see that clearly. So that means be able to use creativity to say, okay, how am I developing? That means that when you're going through that adversity, when you go through the disadvantage, there's a lot of areas of your life will be developed because of that. And of course, we're able to say that I need to use creativity, I need to use visualization, and look into how I'm able to really use this advantage for my own benefit. And you're able to use creativity to really find the ways how to take advantage of the situation. Because even in business, people say, oh, this my niche is small. Maybe you will be the biggest animal in that industry, in that niche. There's everything, you're able to find advantages of disadvantage. Number 7 is stress reduction. Now, of course, if we see that we focus directly on that one problem, on that disadvantage of that adversity, of course, it might be that it will be very, very stressed. If we have anxiety, depression, whatever that might be, because we focus on things that is not helping us. Because I love saying that what you focus on grows. What you focus on grows. So if you grow focusing on disadvantage, it will grow. If you focus on other side, finding those advantages, it will grow as well. It will find a way how to improve and get better and really have a massive advantage because of that. And I think that sometimes when you have a massive disadvantage, sometimes you can really multiply this advantage and have 10x advantage. 10x advantage. Number 8 is balanced perspective. That understanding that life is about balance. Everything is balanced. I think that there's nothing unbalanced. A lot of times people have one thing or another. One thing or another. One thing or another. You're not able to have totally everything. You're able to have almost everything, for sure. But I think that we need to understand that we will not have everything, but we not need to have everything. We need to have things that we want to have, not like want through like surface level, not meaningful things that we want to have. Meaningful that really actually has a massive value. So we have a list of values, a list of things, the most important priorities And we have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and on that list. So we will not have all 10 lists probably, but we will have 6, 7. And when you are able to really understand that, okay, how I'm able to use this advantage to improve multiple areas of my life, that I could have balance in my life. And again, this is number 9. Is I think this is really connects with that very well. Is that universal application? That means that we're able to say, okay, I'm able to have this advantage in one area of life, and I can use this advantage in other areas of life. That means that one disappointment could lead you to benefits in other areas of life. That means that losing maybe health because of your choices. Now could you understand how important it is to make better choices, and you're able to start making better choices regarding finances, regarding health, regarding your spiritual health, mental health, all of things could be influenced by one disadvantage. And again, this is very, very important to understand that we're able to really transfer that into relationships, into career, into growth, in education, everything. That's when you actually understand that every disadvantage has advantage. And last one that I want to mention is that when I think about really the most successful people, a lot of successful people, massive successful people, when I look into really their success stories, it's, to be honest, very rarely someone has no disadvantages, like Mandela in 15 years in jail. Like, a lot of people's going through stuff. Not everyone. I think that sometimes people are so blessed with their parents or whatever, and that's why they succeed. But I think that 90-80% of people, they achieve massive results because they took advantage of their massive adversity, of their massive disadvantage, because as I always say, that there's so much joy, so much content, so much fulfillment is in that disadvantage when you actually use that energy for something good. So I hope that you reflect as well. What do you feel? What is your biggest disadvantage? What is that? What are, or maybe 3 disadvantages? What are those biggest disadvantages? And now use your creativity and make maybe a white paper or write the things down. And what do you feel? What could be advantages of your disadvantages? To be honest, I was skeptical of this. I really was skeptical that there is advantages of some disadvantages. But when I actually started looking at it and really give myself a chance to think and have a thought about it, I always find that you're able to find those advantages, no matter what you're going through. Even the hardest things that you hate, you don't want those things to happen, and you will love to maybe turn your time back and change the things of what you did, everything. But again, this led to you being here where you are right now, and you're making better choices today because of that experience. And I think that is very, very important. So I hope you choose something, and see you tomorrow.